Acts 9:17 through 22. And he went his ways and entered into the house, and putting his hands on him, saying, Brothers, so the Lord, even Jesus, had appeared unto thee in the way as the cast has sent me, that thou mayest receive their sight and be filled with the Holy Spirit. And immediately they fell from his eyes as it was scanned, and he had received sights forthwith, and arose and with his baptism. And when he received me, he has strengthened them several days with the disciple which were at Damascus. And straightway he preached Christ in the Samaritan, that he is the Son of God. But all that he heard him were amazed, and said, It's not this he that destroys them which called on his name in Jerusalem, and came hidden for the intern, that he might bring them bond unto the chief priest. But Solomon increased him more in strength, and confound the Jews which stood at Damascus, proving that it is very Christ. Acts 9:36-41. Now there was a certain disciple named Tabitha, which by interpolance is called Dorcas. This woman was full of good works and all deeds which she did. And it came to pass in those that she was sick and died, whom when they had washed, they laid her in an upper chapel, for as much as was known to Joppa, and the disciples had heard that Peter was there, they sent unto him 2 men, concerning him that he would not delay to come to them. Then Peter arose and went with them. When he came, they brought him into the upper chapel, and all the wounds stood by him, weeping and swabbing goats' and which was made while she was with them. But Peter put them all forward, and kneeled down and prayed, and turned him to the body, said, Tabitha, arise. And she opened her eyes, and when she saw Peter, she sat up. And he gave his hand and lifted her up, and when he had called the saints and wounds, present her alive. Acts 10:20-25. Arise therefore, and get thee down, and go with them, doubting nothing, for I have sent them. Then Peter went down to the men which were sent unto him from Chorazin, and said, Behold, I am he whom ye seek. What is the cause, therefore, you have come? And they said, Chorazin the centurion is a just man, and one that feared God, and of good reports among all the nations of the Jews. He was warned from God by a holy angel to send for thee into his house and hear words of thee. Then called he them in, and lounged them, and on this Peter went away with them, and considered breeding brother from Jerusalem among them. And among after they entered into a quarters waiting for them, and he called together his kinsmen and near friends. And as Peter was coming in, Cornelius met him, and fell down to his knees and worshipped him. Acts 10:28. And he said unto him, he knew how that it is an unlawful thing for a man that is a Jew to keep company or come unto one of another nation, but God has showed me that I shall not call any man common or unclean. And therefore came I unto without gainsaying as soon as I was sent from. I asked therefore for what intern he had sent from me, and who said, 4 days ago I was fasting unto this hour, And at the ninth hour I prayed in my house, and behold, a man stood before me in a bright clothing. 31. And whose the prey is head, and these are heart, and remembering in the sight of the Lord of God. 32. Send therefore to and call Hitler Simon, whose some name is Peter. He is lodging in the house of one Simon, a tanner by the seaside, who when he came he shall speak unto thee. 33. Immediately therefore I sent to thee, and thou hast well done that this had come. Now therefore are we all here present before God to hear all things that are command thee of God. Then Peter opened his mouth and said, Of a truth I fear that God is no respect of person, but in every nation he had feared him and worked righteousness except with him. The word of which God sent unto the children of Israel, preaching peace by Jesus Christ. He is the Lord of all. The word I said he know, which has published throughout all Jerusalem, and began from Israelite after the baptism which John preached. How God anointed Jesus of Israel with the Holy Spirit and with power, who went about doing good and healing all the foes of the evil, for good was with him.